Herzlich willkommen, Sianamgela, and welcome to the Bundesliga Connection with Kres Harrington on the SL Podcast in partnership with DW Berlin.
It's time for the latest from Germany's domestic football league, the Bundesliga, and more. For that, we are joined by Kres Harrington from our partner station Deutsche Welle in Berlin, Germany. Kres, you spoke on the under-21 German team last week. Well, they failed to win a match in the European Championship. What is your take?
Well, my take is the future doesn't look bright, I think, for the German national team, whether it's the under-21 team or, the top level, the big boys. When you look at this recent under-21 European Championship, it was a 1-1 draw to Israel. And after that match, 2 missed penalties did result in racial abuse online with 2 of their players. Now, I don't know if that really affected the subsequent performances, but they were lackluster. A loss to the Czech Republic and then England. England, a second-string England side defeated Germany at a major tournament. That's just something that really doesn't happen, historically speaking. Typically, German sides have been strong and up front, and they've been able to carry their weight in major tournaments. And we've seen a different Germany as of late. And when you look at Qatar, Russia at the World Cup level prior to this recent European Championship with the under-21 side, yeah, the future looks really grim, especially considering next summer is the European Championship, which is in Germany. The team has Hansi Flick. The senior level team has Hansi Flick at the realm. Time will tell. They haven't looked good in any of the friendlies up until that point. So I'm scratching my head when it comes to Germany. I think it's just a turning of the tide, and we're going to see some different teams flourish in tournaments, and no longer it will be Germany, I'm afraid to say.
Bayern Munich face Bremen to kick off the upcoming season. Well, Bayern's pursuit of Harry Kane has gotten off to somewhat of a rocky start, Chris, and they could be up to lose a young star.
Yeah, let's talk about Harry Kane. Of course, Bayern Munich need a Harry Kane type striker. He perfectly fills the boots left by Robert Lewandowski, but their first offer, $70 million, that was rejected. And reports are first Harry Kane's on vacation. So good luck getting word from him. And another report says he has not communicated clearly to Tottenham that he wants to leave. Bayern are preparing a second attempt, expected to be around 100 million euros. And maybe that will lure Tottenham to the table to have a conversation. But when it comes to Harry Kane, he might be better suited personally to wait until next summer to depart on a free transfer. That way, doors will open at a few top clubs. As it stands right now, Tottenham would have to agree, the player as well, and then the number has to be right for Bayern Munich side. In terms of a young talent they could lose, one player, Alphonso Davies, he was expected to renew his contract before Bayern decided to clean house. They have a new sporting director, new coach, new CEO, and according to Davies' representation, he wants to wait and see. He's not really confident in terms of the club's consistency right now. It makes sense. The club has proven to be unstable at the moment, and we have to wait and see if Thomas Tuchel remains in place for a long period of time. Real Madrid is a side that has been scouting Alphonso Davies. He's fast, he's explosive on the wing, but then Bayern, the recent transfers, they're making a lot of movements defensively, and who knows how that he will fit in. So it only makes sense that he leaves his options open in terms of signing to a team, a long-term deal that he's not, maybe, he's sitting on the bench too much and he wants to test his talents abroad. And he has that opportunity until he signs for Bayern. So he's keeping that door open. It's smart as an individual to do that, in my opinion. He's young and his future is bright.
And just like always, Chris, before we let you go, what else is hit your radar?
Yeah, one thing, Sadio Mane linked to Al Nasser. I thought that was very interesting. Al Nasser, Saudi Arabian nation, Muslim nation. Sadio Mane is a Muslim, an actively practicing Muslim. And he would be joining Ronaldo and a lot of other stars. They're lured by big dollars. Sadio Mane right now is the highest paid player on Bayern Munich's roster. It would make sense if Bayern Munich found themselves in a position to free up Mane. And he said he wants to be there. Summer training camp is scheduled to start mid-July, so he's expected to be there. But I wouldn't be shocked if he does depart, because that money could be quite motivating. We can see Karim Benzema. He recently joined the Premier League in Saudi Arabia as well. So it only makes sense. The tide is turning. And one more thing I did want to mention, Benyam Gourmet, the only Black African competing in this summer's Tour de France. I'm wishing him well. You know, we recently did a report on the struggle of Black Africans in the sport of cycling. He is the one representation, you know, that we have in this competition, and I wish him well. Of course, Etrians do as well.
Thank you very much for the Bundesliga update, Mr. Kres Harrington from our partner station Deutsche Welle in Berlin, Germany. Have a fantastic day further.
Dankeschön und auf Wiedersehen.
The Bundesliga Connection. Proudly brought to you by Soccer Laduma.